So let's get to it all with Doug Flynn, certified financial planner, co-founder at Flynn Zito. And this has been the question for a long time now. There's an article in the Times this morning that's headlined, "The Fed's in no rush to cut." So you believe that's true? They're in no rush?
Yeah, I think that is accurate, and it's mainly because you have decent growth in the U.S. economy, and you have inflation running still too high. While it's come down year over year, it kind of ticked up a little bit when you're looking at a 6-month number. So we'll get those numbers tomorrow morning. But basically, what happens is if you get a good inflation number, meaning it's lower, then you get probably a sooner amount of cuts and more cuts. If you get that inflation still sticking higher, then it's pushing it out further, and you might get 0 to maybe 1 this year, and probably after the election. That's the way it's looking right now.
How does the stock market handle all of that? A little mixed today, and everybody's trying to figure out the timing. But what do you expect in the market through the summer?
Yeah, the market's really trying to figure out what exactly is going to happen with interest rates, even though you would think that it would be a big plus for the market in cutting, and it will definitely be a good thing for the bond market once they begin their cutting. But it's trying to anticipate what's going to happen 6 months from now, typically, is what the market does, and it just can't figure it out. And right now, that time frame just keeps getting pushed off longer and longer. So I think the sidewaysness that we're in right now is not really something I wouldn't expect to continue, especially after, the year-to-date numbers in the market are really good.
Yeah.
So, you've gotten most of all the return you're going to normally get in a good year. So it wouldn't surprise me if we kind of bounce around sideways for a while till we get more clarity. That's what we're all looking for.
Another thing for the summer, all the projections say there's going to be a big, and the way the economy is going, I guess I'm not that surprised, because no matter what, we always like to get out and travel and spend time with family and the rest. There's going to be a big surge in summer travel, especially driving. And if you look at gas prices, they are falling. What's going on with gas prices, and what do you expect from here on out?
This is purely supply and demand, as we all learned in Economics 101. And right now, the supply is up and the demand is low. You brought up a good point. Normally, you do get an increase as people go out for the summer travel season. And that really hasn't picked up like it normally does. And so with the demand being lower, the gas prices have come down. They're down this past week, the most they've been for a week this whole year. And they're down about 14 cents from a year ago and 19 cents from about a month ago. So that's a plus for people. That'll help them spend a little bit more money on other things. But if demand picks up or we have supply disruptions, which can happen, we have hurricane season coming. There's always a possibility of something going on in the Middle East. So those things are out there, and that could drive prices up. But right now, that's looking like lower.
I'll throw in one more cool headline for you, and at least I thought it was kind of cool, but everything's big in Texas, so I guess it's not surprising. The world's largest convenience store is now open in Texas, so maybe that's a place you can drive with the family this summer.
Yeah, and I can't imagine going to a place that has 120 gas pumps. So that's what they've got. Yeah, and it's about 30 times the size of the average convenience store. It's like 75,000 square feet. And they have literally thousands of food and drink options. So it's really become a destination, like when you're choosing about where am I going to make my pit stop. EV drivers have to sort of plan their stops if they're on a long haul. Where do I recharge my car? This is like that now. Maybe I'll stop at this place instead of some of the other places. Which, by the way, one of their taglines for this place is the cleanest restrooms in the world.
Oh,
that's their goal. So if they could pull that off, it's certainly a big draw. If I have 2 places to choose from or more, we're certainly going to go to something like that over the others, for sure.
Yeah. Well, I think Grand Central Station in New York could give them a run for their money in that department. They've cleaned it up. They've cleaned up Penn Station. Forget it. All right, Doug, another terrific segment, but you owed us because, as you know, I saved your ass twice. Not once, but twice.
I gotcha.
Doug Flynn. All right.